Okay. Another thought for the day. Uh, went to the clinic today. If you remember in my other tapes last week, I told you that they were doing what they call a buttonhole procedure on my arm. And what this does is allows them not to stick me with the needles. Needles are a booger. Now you've heard me complain about the needles. Anyway, they've made a scar tissue valve, two of them in my arms. I'm eating popcorn, and they used them for the first time today. Felt a little pressure, but not that damnable big stick. And another thing that probably won't happen anymore, there is a occurrence which they call infiltration. You've got a big vein on my arm, it's about the size of my finger. I'd show it to you, it's pretty gross. Some of you folks have seen it. And when they stick you with the needle, they stick the needle in, and of course the idea is to run on the interior of that artery. Well, occasionally they'll stick it in and just go right through. You go through the top side and then out the bottom, inside your arm, and you start bleeding inside your arm swells up. It's nasty. Well, with this buttonhole procedure, shouldn't happen anymore. Doesn't have a sharp edge, so it won't go on through. That's nice. Still having trouble with my weight. Trying. I calculated on the computer. I'm about 3 kilos heavy. It turns out 3 kilos is about 6.5 pounds, which shouldn't be a big deal, but you know as well as I do, when you're trying to lose weight, it's really a booger. So, I'm trying to cut back on my intake and lose the 6.5 pounds, because you've heard me mention it's not any fun to have them pull 6 pounds off you in 4 hours, and they haven't done it, and I'm trying to see to it they don't. By the way, for you folks out there in Empire State and my friends here in the Big Star, I want to show you the headline yesterday on the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Perry is losing his influence. What's I say? Perry's losing his Texas support. Well, it turns out that his little fiasco of a presidential campaign has exposed his pink little behind to just how inept he really is. And it turns out now that they did a poll here in Texas, and like 56% of the people don't want him to run again, which is great. I don't like him. He's inept. He's bigoted. He's not worth it. So hopefully this will be his last term. Actually, I'm doing a second one of these. I did one the other day, and somehow I managed to delete it. And I had a rather elaborate critique on Perry and his different things that he had done wrong. And it just vanished. Said the owner took it away. Well, I thought I was the owner. But anywho, I got a weekend to go now. I'm going to have to try to starve myself down 6 pounds over this weekend. I plan on doing it. So, not much else going on. I talked to Merle Berger. You folks up in the Empire State probably know who he is. We had a fairly lengthy conversation on the phone. And Mighty Merle, he's doing all right. He turned 70 here a few days back, and that's kind of got him a little bit down. But let's see, none of us ever gotten any younger. So with that, I'm gonna kind of cut it short. And I'll be back with more about those nasty Republicans.